Welcome to the Point 101. I'm your host, Gail, and today we're diving deep into a topic that touches the heart of every parent and guardian: God's promises for our children. Join me. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. It is Sledge here, and my little brother, Sweet Lips, the
Hello,
sweet.
everyone. It's me, Sweet Lips Baby.
And welcome, you guys. Welcome. But hey, I know it's been a while. I know you miss us. We know. And I know that you miss seeing my brother. I know. But you see, he has his awesome
Everyone
shirt
misses
on.
Sweet Lips.
He,
Everyone misses Sweet Lips. They know.
and sorry that you guys there, you can't see my brother Sweet Lips. But anyway, he says hi. He sends his love. He sends his muscles. He sends those good, sweet kisses.
Mhm.
Hello, Marie. Good evening. But
Hello, Marie. Hugs
hello,
and kisses. Hugs and kisses.
welcome all again. And as I log in here, let me tell you what today's um I am going to you can tell me what the topic is. Let me just step out and take this
So, what the
call from
topic is
Jay. We're talking about
the
the
school shooting?
unliving of the school unliving that
Shooting?
happened. Yeah, we try not to use all the words because
Okay. All right.
these
All right.
people will.
The school tragedy. The
Yes,
school.
tragedy sounds real good.
Okay. Well, we're talking about the school tragedy, but Sweet Lips is going a whole different route. We ain't gonna talk about how y'all doing out there. Good? Okay. How Sweet Lips doing? Oh, glad you asked. Glad you asked. Oh, Sweet Lips was down at the Cracker Barrel. You know, seeing my peoples down there. You know, we were doing what we do. And then it hit me. I said to myself, oh, Sweet Lips, your fans out there haven't seen you in a while. They like to know where you been. They miss you. Well, let me tell you why I've been. I've been on the road. I've been taking my little sweet wagon, going here and there, helping the people out, spreading some sweet lips, just kissing the babies, kissing the babies. You know, everybody need a little candy. So Sweet Lips said, hey, just go on the road, Sweet Lips. Stop by here and there. Drop on in. And when I said drop on in, there were times that, people woke up and Sweet Lips was right there in the living room. They didn't mind. They were happy to see me. And there was times when people woke up and there was Sweet Lips right there at the head of the bed. They didn't mind. They was happy to see old Sweet Lips. Give them a little candy cane. Give them some of this loose sugar. See, these beautiful lips. Now, for all those that cannot see Sweet Lips and can hear Sweet Lips, you don't know what you're missing. Because when Sweet Lips talk, everyone listen. And when they look at these beautiful lips that the good Lord don't gave me, now we're talking something. But besides that, I hope y'all been doing good. Hope your family is good, your health is good, kids is good, your dog is good, cat's good, the mice in your house is good, roaches is good. I
All
hope
right,
everybody's good.
I can hear you inside your quit. Praise the Lord for our family and friends. Jesus take the wheel. Yes, I watched it in the news yesterday. Okay, so this is what I want to say because Sweet Lips and I have been talking about the communication, how we as parents need to change our ways, how our children are suffering one way or the other. And, when I heard about that tragedy, um, this may be the second time I've heard it be a female, but, 15, and it sounds like maybe it was in some type of, I don't know, maybe it was a Catholic school or some type of parochial school, I don't know. But, you know, my concern is why? What would provoke a child so young to take that type of action towards her peers and towards a teacher? Like, you know, you just have to think, did the parent miss something? As a parent, what did you miss? I mean, did she stop eating? Was she, you know, was she isolating herself? Were there mood changes? Like, what led up to?
Sadness, mental health. It could be a lot of things. And two, also, a child could be going through something the same way us adults do,
Right.
and you don't see it because they smiling every day, everything is all good, and you just thinking everything is fine. But deep down in here, in their mind and their psyche, and when they're alone, is when they break down or probably have thoughts. So you just never know. Like, you know, it's kind of like when they say someone, you know, you don't know when someone is depressed or going through what they're going through. Because when you see them all the time, they're smiling and they're grinning. You know what I mean? That facade is there, that front. They going along that everything is just fine. It's when they're alone is when they start getting these thoughts.
Right. And I understand that. But as the parent, what did you miss? Because I can look at my child and know everything, know the routine, um, the routine itself. Like, what are we missing? There's a
You know,
disconnect somewhere. There's a disconnect.
I agree with that to a point because I look at it this way. We can. Excuse me for a second here. Excuse me.
Okay. But like I was saying, somewhere along the line, there's a disconnect there. Marie says children these days are very good at hiding their true feelings and anything, nothing changes in their patterns. Let me tell you something. You slip up somewhere. You slip up somewhere to me. Now, if that tragedy happened in that classroom with that teacher, those students, did your child complain about something? Because, you know, a lot of times our children will come to us and say, this is bothering us or this happened. And, you know, we tend to, because we're just so busy, that, you know, it's, oh, well, you know, it'll get better, you know, just leave it alone. Don't say nothing to that person anymore. So it's like, why that teacher? Why that teacher and why those students? Why? Like, there has to be a reason as to why this here classroom with that said teacher became a target. Why? And as I said before, why would that child have so much anger that she would choose to take her life and the life of others? You know, a lot of times we do tend to, you know, blame. We're not blaming. We can say that mental illness plays a major role. But, you know, was there any bullying? You know, these are the things we have to, you know, people just trying to find answers, you know, and I'm just trying to, like, worst case scenario. So, was the child bullied? Did the child go to the teacher and say, this one or this one, you know, they're bullying me, or, you know, they're lying, you know, and the teacher did nothing? Because what? You know, there has to be something there that would trigger that person to suddenly lose it. And to think that that person really, really had in their minds at that moment that I had nothing to lose. Because a child that would sit there and allow themselves and others really feel to me, and I'm just speaking for myself, as if they had nothing to lose. Marie said, right, not every parent pays attention to who children. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, what was going on out of the clear blue sky? Like the one boy that did that uh, a couple of months back, and his parents had split up, the mother left, um, the children were bullying him. There was neighbors that came forward and said that the boy was being bullied. So now, what is it that was going on through this here young woman's face that she thought that the only answer was to unalive this said teacher and the students? Where did she even get the weapon from? See, so it goes back to again of we being so lackadaisical, so oh yeah, this is here, but I know my child would never touch it. Where did she get that weapon from? Where? And so these are the things that we as parents, each time that happens, we need to go this much closer to our children, especially our teenagers. And let me tell you why I say this. Because just earlier this week, there was a parent that was really going through it because her child was being bullied at the school. And the mother kept saying, well, I called in, I called in, I called in. So at what point do you stop making calls and show up? And if your child is constantly complaining and you're calling and nothing is being done, why not transfer that child to another school? It may be a little inconvenient for you, but your child will still be here. So the mother got home and the child had unlived herself because I guess she could put up no more with the bullying and the things that was going on at that schoolhouse. I've been saying for a long time, and I'm still on, God's promises for our children and how we need to change the way we parent our children. It's a lot for us to take in with, people losing jobs, rent going up, food prices going up, gas prices going up, and we're trying to navigate through this really trials and tribulations that we're all going through. So you can only imagine what a child is going through. And with no one being there, hi, Chalithia, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. Hello, and how are you? And welcome. And where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Um, you know, we have to make ourselves available to our children. Now, if we as parents cannot figure it out, and we know that we ourselves are going into, depression, trying to get everything figured out. So just imagine this child, this young child that when it's all said and done, 15 is still young. 15, that brain is, to me, is still trying to develop. 15, really, you're not even at the legal consenting age. So we know that, we know, I'm not going to say we know, because we don't know whether, that child was given that weapon as a gift or whatever, because like I said, as a parent, we tend to make some mistakes. But this tragedy happened And so, where does the blame go? And what we need to realize and remember that no matter what it is that our child is doing outside of our doors, we bear the blame. It all falls back on us. So, you just have to think so, worst case scenario, did the school fail that child? Did the parent fail that child? You know, like I said, each and every time that a tragedy like this happens, we need to remember that when it's all said and done, we all want to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear until it happens to us. Until it happens to us. Where did that child get that weapon from? How did that child get that weapon through the school? But I know in large cities, especially like New York for sure, I know. I don't know about Chicago or, Detroit or any other large city, LA, but a lot of them have metal detectors in their school. And so looking at the name of the school, so like I said, I don't know if it was a private school or whatever, but it's just, heartbreaking to know. And as I said before, when Sweet Lips and I was on last week, that the rate that these children are unliving themselves and others is a tragedy within itself. And every time you turn around, people are talking about, oh, the laws to have your weapons, the laws, and no, we don't need to confiscate, our handguns or anything like that. But you know that is the reason why when these tragedies like this happens, it falls back on the parents, and now they're starting to charge these parents with the crimes that their children are committing. Because when it's all said and done, if you have that type of weapon in your house and you have any type of children, that should be something that should be locked up. They should have no kind of access to that. And
Agree.
it's the world we live in today. And sometimes when, especially if it's a two-parent household and that father is away, you know, sometimes you have to leave, you got to go away to work. You have to go away to work. And so you're told this is here just in case something happens and you need to protect your home. But
Well, it's funny that you say that, sis, because they said majority, about a good 90% of when it comes to shootings with teenagers, most of the, like they said, most of the weapons come from the home.
yeah, it comes from home. Because
Yeah, they getting it from home.
yes, you can't go fill out no application for that because you have to have an
No,
ID.
yeah, no. And then also, I agree
Fingerprint,
with
background
charging the
check.
parents because you can put a lock on these weapons. You can get a lock for the weapon. You can, I mean, first of all, I say the child shouldn't even know where the weapon is at in the house. That's
No,
something that only the adult should know. The child should know nothing about none of that. Not where is that? Nothing. Nothing. And that
exactly.
is kind of to me. I agree with you. That is irresponsible on the parents. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
Even though that there was a tragedy, you know what I mean? Everyone is affected. That child's
Yeah.
parents have lost their child. They bear the responsibility of their child unliving a teacher and one more student. That teacher's family have lost her or him, and then the child that was also unlived, like here these people are going into Christmas and no one can focus on anything outside of a funeral. So again, when it's all said and done, We need to get closer to our children, have that open communication, regardless to what is going on in this world. It's crazy, it's expensive, but as I said before, no child asked to be brought into this world. And so we must take that time to, you know what, you haven't been out down here to eat, isolated yourself, you just want to stay in the room, listen to their music. The music is always sad, or the music is crazy with, talking about, chop, chop, chop and pow, pow, pow. Like, there has to be something there that says, this child's crying out. And a lot of times, the attitude towards the parent would even change. You ask a question and they snapping at you. They getting smart with you. You say something, they tossing something around, or they're always trying to pick a fight with the siblings. What did we miss? What did we miss?
And honestly, I just say my opinion. I mean, there's too many weapons being sold. Everybody need a gun just for no reason. Everybody got to have come on.
Just say firearm because honey, they'll be done came in.
Okay, let's just say fire. How about put it this way? Sweet Lips just say put the firearms down. Everybody go buy a bow and arrow. It takes a long time to kill somebody with a bow and arrow. You got to stand there and you
alive.
I think get bow and arrow.
No, you know what? As a matter of fact, when it's all said and done, go back to trying to talk things out. If you cannot get along, separate. And if you have a child that that lacks self-control and that just loves to bully because they're at home bullying their siblings, you need to get that child some help, because if the child does not change their ways and their patterns, something is going on at home. Something is going on at home. And that's why I said sometimes you can watch a child and see what's going on at home. But what was going on at home, between home and the schoolhouse, that this child thought that the only answer was to unlive just people there and herself. So see, to me, the way I see it, she had already planned on doing herself in. And this is just my opinion. She already planned on doing herself in, and then she just thought, you know what? This one said this one was lying on me, or this one was taking pictures, or this one was hitting me, and all of them together was sitting there bothering me. Now let me just do this because I'm tired. I don't went to my mother. I don't went to my father. Nothing is being done. They just told me to stop whining, because sometimes as parents, we tend to always want to tell our children, oh, you need to toughen up. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's like, no. If I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that this is the problem, then, you need to come and speak to these people.
Yeah, but nothing in this world can be that bad where you have to go and kill someone. Come on.
Unlive. That's the word we use, it, unlive. But you know what? We can say nothing unlive. Yeah, because,
Okay.
Yeah.
Unlive.
And the reason why I'm saying there's nothing can be that bad in this world, when you are that young, it is bad. Your mind is still developing. You still don't even know who you are. So to say there's nothing going on, as an adult, you can say, but as a child, if every day you're going into a schoolhouse that someone is bullying you, if every day I'm going to the principal office and I'm complaining and you guys keep sweeping it under the rug, I'm going home, I'm saying this to my parent, and you're telling me, how you have to get up for work early in the morning and that I need to go ahead and go to bed, my world just fell down around me. My world just came crashing in, because no matter who I'm going to, every door is being shut. That's what I'm saying. What did we miss? what, and to just look at the parent now and say, oh, uh, that parent is going through enough as it is. But when it's all said and done, the reality is it's you. How does she have access to that weapon? How did she get it out the door? You know what I mean? Who trained her? Because a lot of times, today, going to the range is the thing to do. And the news that's going on, the news that our children are watching, or they hear about, this other tragedy that happened across town, or this child did it, and that child did it, and that child, then that becomes their norm. It becomes normal to them. And if no one is saying to them, no, the way they handle it was totally wrong. Sometimes you need to learn how to just walk away. Sometimes you need to learn how to just remain silent. But a lot of times, because children are taught at home that this type of behavior is okay, that when a child is silent, they take that as the child is, oh, they scared. And the next thing you know, they continue on with this behavior. And then you get to schoolhouses that, when something happens, oh, who did you tell? Bring me another witness. We'll talk about this another day. Oh, I'll put it on my calendar. Mm-hmm. So if each and every time there is a door closed that a child is knocking on, the world around them is crumbling. And if there is some type of mental illness that is, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, I'm going to assume that is hereditary, then these are the things you should be jumping on. When your child is coming to you, it's like, you know what? Because I know I'm, 5 steps away from a full snap, crackle, and pop. Mm-hmm. That I'm going to treat you the same way. I want to know. Let's sit down. Let's talk about this. But in the case of the woman whose child, believe she was 12 and she unlived herself. From what I read, allegedly, there were nothing more than phone calls being made. Excuse me, ma'am, why weren't you up at that school? Why weren't you up at that school? And letting that principal know. And then going over the principal's head. Because you decided, I'm just going to make a phone call. Sometimes a phone call is not enough. You have to sit face to face with these people. Mm-hmm. And need be, you have to go, like, if you intend on your child remaining in that school, then, and you know that all this bullying is going on, and the principal is not making a move, the teacher's not making a move, then as a parent, it is up to you to take that time off, go to the courthouse, get a restraining order. Because guess what? When that other parent realizes that your child is a bully and you have done nothing about it, now your child cannot go to that school. My child should not have to change schools. When you realize that I am willing to take this to the law and fill out documents and have you served, and need be, have your child removed from your home. If you think you're going to disrupt my home, oh, you're going to think again. But see, these parents don't want to do that. Protection is more than, I'll just talk to the teacher about it. I'm sorry, no, I already talked to the teacher about, you know where she lived? Let me knock on the door. Hello, I'm so-and-so's mother, and it seems like our children are not getting along. So can I have a conversation? Maybe we can resolve this ourselves. Now you go knock on the door and you come in politely, and then all of a sudden, the parent somewhere, bring me my Timbs, because I'm about to do her hand in, or whatever the case may be. So the polite thing to do is, kindly walk away from that door and bright and early head to the courthouse. Mm-hmm. Head to the courthouse. And these jobs need to have this in place, whereas if your child is being bullied and you need to take that time off, to legally file any type of paperwork. They cannot hold that against you because really that should fall under what is it called? FMLA. That should fall under that category, because you have to go do what's right for your child. And no job should tell you, and you really should not be abusing the call out. Well, my toe hurt. I don't want to call out. Oh, such and such having a baby. I don't want to call out. Oh, I got to go to this party. You know what I mean? So you call out on so many dumb things. And now here it is necessary for you to really call out and handle some business. You don't used up all your time. Marie said, family, I'm on a little mini. Yes, yes, yes. Blessings to you all. Have fun. Some parents are afraid of their children. Well, honey, you better get some courage on them because, like I said, each time we hear about these tragedies, they move closer and closer to home. We have been talking about the village, and a lot of people still have in their minds that, well, it's not my child, or it didn't happen to me, well, as of yet. Because a lot of times it doesn't have to be your child. It can be a niece, it can be a nephew, it can be a close friend's child. Like, we need to stop really looking at life like, well, it didn't happen to me. I don't know these people. But when it's all said and done, it affects us the same way, because you may have nieces and nephews and cousins that go to these type of school. Hello, Ashe. How are you, and welcome. Ashe say, hey, fam. Hi. Hi. And so, we just never know. We just never know. We just need to bring back that village. Someone else could have seen this child with their head down, walking, crying, acting different. And really, you could have brought this to the parent attention. Like, hey, did you notice how she's always to herself now? She be walking and talking to herself now. She always crying. You know what I mean? No, I'm just bringing this to your attention. It's the village. It is the village that it takes to raise a child. When we came up, we had a village. And now these here parents, they're trying to do it on their own. Some of them are crying out. Some of them are just too proud to ask for a helping hand. But like I said, when it's all said and done, we miss something. How did that child get that weapon to take to that school? Why wasn't that weapon locked away? And if so, why did that child have any kind of idea where that safety key was? Because if you have a weapon in your house, then it should be secure. Because see, when it's not secure throughout this tragedy, when it's all said and done, it's going to fall back on the parent. It's going to fall back on the mother and the father. How and why and where and when? When did you last lock it up? When did you last see it? Why did she have access to it? Where was it? And so she's underage. So guess who's has to bear that charge? The parent. See, we never take responsibility until something happens, something tragic happens, and then all of a sudden is, oh man, I wish I never said what the key was. Oh man, I wish I never did this, and I wish. Then we all try to survive off the wish factor. But then you have, what is that, 12 people trying to figure out, well, I wish you would have put it away, and I wish I wasn't here. But one thing I don't wish, and one thing I do know is that this will fall back on the parent. So you're charged. You will be charged for being neglectful. Because when it's all said and done, It's negligence on your behalf. It falls back on the parent. And that's why we can't be our kids' friends all the time. We can't be sitting over there talking about this is how you hold it. And the sad part about it is we live in a world right now is where we're trying to protect ourselves and we're trying to protect our children. But when something is happening and we're not aware of it, or we are aware of it, and all we think about is how we have to go punch in that time clock. Now you have that child taking matters into her or his own hands. What good is that time clock going to do you if you're sitting behind bars? What good is that time clock going to do for you when you have all these court appearances? Ashe said, because we are too busy trying to be our children's friends. Exactly. But they need a parent. It's okay to be cool with your children. Yeah. Let's sit down and have a conversation or whatever. But at the end of the day, it is still your job to be the parent. You are the parent. And that's why I said we need to get away from that stigma of, well, I'm just going to do like my parents used to do me, and I'm just going up somebody's head and I'll kick them across the room like a bowling pin. You know what I mean? We need to come out of that way of thinking, because
I like it.
You better stop. Ashe said we can be cool when you're grown. Right. When you're grown, we can do all the coolness and but we still need to engage with our children. Sometimes, go with your friend and go to the mall, go with this one and go here, go with this one and do that. No, why can't you go sometime? Because that's the time that you need to engage with your child. So what's been going on? You like them shoes because you can get a lot out of them. When they're looking at shoes and the pair of shirt and the lace glasses, their mouths are just running like water.
Mm-hmm.
But see, they're telling that to somebody else. Oh, they're telling it to someone else's parents that, who knows, they may not even like you. So all that your child is revealed to them, they're withholding it from you. And to me, that's wrong. To me, that's wrong. Again, we need to change the way we parent. We need to have better communication with our children. We need to put our children first in this trying times that we are going through. We're trying to keep a roof over their heads. We're trying to keep food in their stomachs. We're trying to keep clothes on their backs. You know what I mean? We're trying to pay the insurance. We're trying to put the gas in the car. We damn near need 8 jobs to make it, or you damn near need to have 4 or 5 people living with you so you all can split a bill of $2,000. Ashe said, just be a parent and everything else will fall. Right. But see, it comes back to also that no one wants to take time to really teach their kids, and I keep saying it over and over and over. We can teach them how to use a firearm, but we won't teach them how to pray. We can teach them how to go cuss somebody out, but we can't teach them how to just, cry out to the Lord to help you out. Because to me, and I'm just speaking for myself, if you show your child that there is a higher being that they can go to and that they can rely on, I think a lot of them would be in these prayer moments. They would take that step back and say, you know what? No. I'm going to go and pray about you. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go and pray about it. But instead, we will teach them, if they step up to you, you better put your 2 hands up. You better use your feet. You better put them in a headlock. Listen to that record. What that record say? Stomp a beat, kick a beat, we gonna sit there with them and we gonna sing all those songs and put all that in their head that it's okay. You know what I mean? Because if a bee step to you, you can put your thing in her mouth, and we sitting there clapping and rocking and rolling with them, and we all into it. But then we not saying to them, hey, look, let's just open this Bible and start praying. Sky Daddy ain't coming, Gail. You know what? When it's all said and done, we don't know who coming. We don't know who coming. But then what we do know what's coming is Johnny Law. We know the Popo coming. And we know the search warrant is coming. Because they're about to uproot your home from the top to the bottom because they want to know where, when, how, and why. So you better believe that somebody coming. And who coming? And they coming with a badge. They coming with a badge. What we do know, is Jesus coming on a horse. So if it ain't the horse coming and it's the badge coming, you got problems. But see, then you want to pray then. So when it's all said and done, we don't know who's coming. We don't know. So we can't count out the Sky Daddy. We can't count out no daddies. We just can't. We really can't. Because let me tell you why he can save you. Because see, you can't see where he's at, and he can be right there. But see, and people do not really believe that there are so many demonic spirits. Just don't believe in it. But let me tell you something, honey. When the devil ready to snatch someone or try to get your attention, he going through the kids, he going through your wife, he going through your husband, he going through your mama, he going through your best friend. Honey, everybody is on the chopping block for him until he gets your attention. But it ain't the Sky Daddy. It ain't the Sky Daddy. But let me tell you what, the Sky Daddy is available to everybody 24/7. And if you teach that when you're in a situation, because what we do know is that this battle that's going on in this world, really, it is not ours. We are to give it to the Father and walk away. But if our children would see us doing more of something positive than something negative, then they would adapt towards something positive as well. But if you see that all your parents do is cut, fight, drink, you probably had 10 daddies, 10 mamas that came through that door, you're stealing, you're doing all these negative things in front of your child, and then you really think that when it comes down to it, that your child would know what word am I looking for? They would know how to navigate through all these trying times, and they're not. Well, the devil should tell you to take that Christmas stuff down because that's false pagan. No. That's not false pagan. And let me tell you what the devil can't tell me. The devil can't tell me what God already told me. And the Father is not going to sit up there and judge me based on whether I have a stocking thing hanging up, he gonna judge me on my heart, and he gonna judge me for what I'm doing. So there I have to disagree there, because when it's all said and done, this right here, this ain't telling me that I need to go lie, cheat, steal, or whatever the case may be. So no. We're not gonna go what the devil should have told me, because whatever Satan say, I don't listen. Because I know what spirit is for me. So no. Do not bring that juju. Wrap it up and send it into dry places. I don't even know where it's going. But honey, it ain't going to go in my living room. It's behind these so cute stockings. These stockings are cute. And they have something in them. It may not be real, but something is in there for somebody. Oh, no. Well, if you... Father, God, God, 100 meters, please post it in the chat because God is within you. But that's another subject. Yes, he will cause a lie. Of course, he will cause a lie. But like I said, when it's all said and done, it is the negativity that we project onto our children. And they take it and they run with it because they know no better. And when someone tries to come along and, breathe some positivity into them, they're so filled with the hate and the negativity that they start to look at you as if you're the enemy. They start to go into that schoolhouse and they're looking at whomever the instructor is as the enemy because you're just like the parent that they have at home. You're just like the parent that they have at home. And again, if you do not step up to the plate to protect your child, this world will eat them alive. If your child is crying out to you and those cries are just coming to you and falling down instead of going up, then you are in trouble. Because when it's all said and done, throughout this whole tragedy, you still have to face the law. You are still going to be tried and judged. But had you taken that time to just show your child and teach him and instill those values of the word, in the end, you will not be facing trials and tribulations brought on to you by man. And that's just the truth of the matter. That's just the truth of the matter. That's just the heart of the matter. When it's all said and done, it's a tragic moment for everyone involved, for all the friends and family that these people were close to, including the violator. Because now that family have to come together and probably try to raise money for lawyer fees and court appearances. Like, hey, as I said before, yes, when it's all said and done, you just have to be a parent, and you can be a loving parent. You can be a loving parent, and that's why I said we have to learn how to parent differently because how we were raised, how our parents was raised, all those generational curses need to cease. It just needs, if you said, oh, well, my parent used to do this to me and do that to me and cuss me out. And when they used to whip me for no reason, or, they would pick up an object to whip me with, I hated it, I hated them, you know what I mean? And then you turn around and repeat the same cycle. Then you are just as wrong as your parent. And that's why Sweet Lips and I keep bringing this topic to you, because somewhere along the line, we need to change our ways. We need to change our ways. We need to take that title as a parent and make it the most happiest thing that you have ever done. As Shay said, facts, I agree. Yeah, we need to make that the happiest thing that we have ever done in our lives. Some women be like, the best thing I've ever done was push out a child. But yet then you turn around and you abuse that child. And that's why I said people run from counseling. But if now, when I really think back on it, if you have went through any trauma, drama, or anything else in your childhood and you have not gotten any type of counseling to try to, I want to say, limit the damage, because a lot of times, a lot of us have gone through so much that, you know what I mean, it's like you'll never forget it. But if you learn how to forgive the people that have done it to you, but if you going through your life carrying that burden of what someone else has done to you, then you're never going to have a fulfilled life. And you're never really going to turn out to be a good parent because you have to learn how to forgive. And the Bible tells us that. Shay said, counseling work. I went, it helps a lot. You have to have someone to help you out. You have to speak to them because let me tell you something. If you speak it to a close friend, if you speak it to a family member, the minute something happens, what are they doing? They be the first ones to throw it back up in your face. So if you get that counseling and you talk to the Most High about it, He's not coming to tell nobody your business. As a matter of fact, He already knows what your problem is. But then we try to go into these relationships with people that really they have more drama and trauma than you. And together you can't work. Together you are damaging your children. And so what is the end result? What is happening now with our youth? And so, you just have to be cold-hearted to think, that happened. That wasn't my family. That wasn't, hey. Something comes knocking on our door sooner or later. Some of us, the knock came already. And we fell and we had to get back up. So we had to believe that there was someone higher that's going to pull us through. But then you have these people that's going to school, they're trained for this. They're trained for it. And if you see your child repeating the same pattern as you, get that child some help. Stop thinking about, I ain't got the insurance. I don't have, hey, find a way. It's your job as a parent. Find a way. Find a way. So, through this tragedy, we can just pray for these families. Pray for the one, the family of the 15-year-old girl, that they see their way through. And, when it's all said and done, if there's still children left there in the household, that you keep an eye on that child, you make that connection even bigger because, that tragedy affects the children also. Because if that person have a sibling and that person have a sibling, and now this sibling will stand to be the target. And this is why we must get it right. That is the reason why we must get it right. Because like I said, so many people suffer. But when it's all said and done, get on your knees and pray. And pray. And pray some more. And continue to pray. And pray that whomever this teacher's family and the family of the other students, that, they would have some type of forgiveness for you, on you, because your actions by not having that weapon under lock and key has caused them years of heartaches and heartbreaks. So when it's all said and done, everyone needs to be prayed for. And everyone needs to take their responsibility. If that child went to the principal, if that child went to the teacher, God rest her soul, and said, this is going on, and you turn your head and you put on your blinders, then this here that happened, it did not warrant your life coming to an end. But somewhere along the line, we must step up. We must step up. Everybody want to vote for this one, vote for that one, vote for this one, vote for that one. What are you asking for of these people? What are you asking them? What laws are you asking them to change? Are they on the same page as you? Because sometimes we just need to stop just going up to these machines, filling in these little black dots just to say that either a Democrat or a Republican is in office. Because if it's not benefiting you, if the programs are not there to help your child, especially if they have any type of mental illness, because what we do know is those programs been cut years ago, then you have no business really, to me, and I'm speaking for myself, at nobody's voting booth. We all talking about this one and that one, or who the vice president, or who the president, or who coming in, or who going out. Y'all better sit back. You better sit back. Because what we do know is, and I don't like to use my platform for political nothing, but what we do know, these are all weapon supporters coming in. And so these tragedies will continue. Yeah. Be aware of what that little pen that you took. Be aware of what it is that you have signed coming into next year and the laws that's about to change. Man, I'm telling you, a lot of us, we need to get closer. We need to get closer to the Most High. We need to get closer. The Matrix is a whole movie. I don't even know if the Matrix. I'll show you threw me on the Matrix. I don't even know what that is. I got thrown off. But when it's all said and done, let's change our ways. Let's change the way that we parent. Let's pay closer attention to our children, because when it's all said and done, we owe them. And if you're carrying the burdens from your past into your future, you need to pray to the Most High. You need to allow the Holy Spirit to guide you, to cleanse you from head to toe, and leave it in the past. Get the counseling that you need so that you can move on, so that you can be a better parent. All of this, this mother cooked this here child and put it on video for the father to see. Stop all this wanting to get back at each other. Hey, if that relationship is over, it's done. But what we must realize also is that your relationship has an effect on your children. Because some of them are so angry from all the anger that they have seen, either the mama getting her head going upside or the father getting his head going upside. And then the next thing you know, they're taking all of that anger out on someone else. They're taking it out on someone else. And that's what happened with the boy. He was so angry about his parents. The father had brought him a weapon. The mother had left. And then here he is on his own. And his end result was going into a schoolhouse and unliving his peers. We need to get past that. We need to continue to be there for one another. We need to be the village, but be sure you know who is in your village. But, community support is very important. Community support is very important. What we need to realize is that when it's all said and done, really, we do not have to do it alone. We do not have to go about it alone. Dysfunction manifests dysfunction. You're right, Ashay. Dysfunction manifests as dysfunction. And that's why I said, get the help. Do know that when it's all said and done, forgiveness is the key. Even if someone have hurt you deeply, forgiveness is the key. And that is the only way that this here family, that this tragedy happened to. Forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness is the key. Even though that child took her own life, forgiveness. We have to learn how to forgive in order to get by. We have to learn how to forgive in order to pull ourselves out of that period of darkness that we will go through. So, again, it's a ledge here. And you all can't see my little brother, but you can see my little brother. Sweet Lips, the sweetest lips in the West. And all of you that cannot see that no handsome thing over there, he has a muscle shirt on. He over there looking like a whole snack. He over there looking like a snack. And I really can't. I don't know what to say about the ones here that cannot see him, but he over there looking like a whole snack. But the ones that can see my brother, Big Sexy over here, if you want him wrapped up in a bow, hey, subscribe to the channel so that you can see more of those muscles. Show me your muscles. Show them guns.
Subscribe to the channel or pull an old sugar wagon right up to your door.
And his name is not Sweet Lips.
Sweet Lips make home visits. You wake up, there's Sweet Lips. You want some hot cocoa? Sweet Lips in the kitchen, getting it for you. I make visits.
Do not forget to put like and love. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel so each and every time that we come live, that you will get the notifications. Feel free always to call in, use the WhatsApp number. The call is free, or just follow the app that I usually post in. I think I did post it in here.
And thanks for joining us, Ashe.
Yes, Ashe. You're always welcome, and we just love it when you just appear and just give us your take on things.
Love and blessings.
Yes. On He First Loved Us and on To The Point 101 on Facebook. You can send stars to that channel. On YouTube, you can send super thanks. But again, we just thank you. We thank you for allowing us to share. And remember that the village, each one teach one, each one help one. Like, you just have to love the children, because our children are our future. And if they keep unloving ourselves, our future is really cut short. Do remember that. Our children are our future. We were once someone else's future, and now our children and our grandchildren, and that cycle will continue. But we have to learn how to, to me, and I'm just speaking for myself, we must learn how to submit ourselves to the Holy Spirit and allow the Father to make us over and heal whatever is broken in us. Heal whatever is broken in us. Get the help that you need so that we can stop handing down these generational curses. So with that being said, I don't know where y'all going, but you got to get out of here, because we are out of here. Good night.